Warning, this video is intended for audiences who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
William, so what are your thoughts about this episode?
Well, unfortunately, I'm William. Oh wait, William's not here. That was fake William.
Yeah, he's not here for this week, in probably one of the better written episodes of the series.
You know what's funny is, so, I watch these when they come out on Sunday, like, as soon as possible, or as soon as I can, like, wake up and, like, remember, oh shit, it's Sunday, Kamen Rider's out. But because of the just honest memory-altering powers of Girl Gun Lady, this entire thing just got blacked out for me until I pulled it back up right now. Because I can't I was like, what the fuck happened? But yeah, hey, real characters actually, for the first time so far, an actual named character truly dies. Which is kind of crazy that that's the first time that it's happened in this entire show. Remember, like when, Ogami got, like, turned into stone, I was like, oh, please, kill off a fucking... If we're gonna kill off one character by now, please let it be Ogami. Well, I guess, actually, never mind. Yeah. They did kill the first, Flame Swordsman. They did kill, Daichi Kamijo.
Daichi Kamijo.
So, they did kill him, but my point is just, like... But at least Disast is more of, like, an anti-hero character than, like, a villain that, like... Second Caliber was, but like every character so far that has like died in quotes has come back, and so it's like except for except for Tassel, rest in peace to God.
Tassel actually
the one true God.
Yeah, but they faked us out. They didn't fake that with us earlier, which is the problem.
That's the thing. It's like we don't trick us, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Won't be a third time. Don't know. But yeah, so Disaster is having difficulty keeping his shit together, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disaster's going. His midlife crisis is reaching the pinnacle right now. He is Yeah,
it's turning into an end-life crisis.
He's gotta get this done with, right? He's like, my days are numbered. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go out
swinging, right? Literally.
Yeah.
And also, again, we still have this, like, it's really weird, right? Because they only introduced this, like, swirling, falling apart, unraveling version of Disaster in, like, this part. They only brought that up, like, last episode. And, but it's like, that seems like something that, that seems like something they should have brought up, like, earlier with his ass, like, his fucking identity crisis.
Something that should have been his entire character motivation, the entire series, right? It's almost as if they introduced him as a character, kept him for, like, 2 episodes, and then completely ignored him to focus on other character arcs, because you had too many other characters and their character problems, so you couldn't focus on Disaster.
I mean, he's literally a character that showed up, like, what, in episode 4? Something like that, because he was like...
He showed up
really fucking early.
And then he's like that meme, right? Where the rich guy gives money to the homeless guy. It's like, I'm gonna pay you $100 to fuck off, right? Yeah. Right? That's what Toei did. I was like, alright, Disaster, alright, I'll reintroduce you now we're gonna write you out for, like, remainder of the series until it's relevant again. And 2, we need you to come in again.
We'll remember you at some point.
But even when you come back, you're just gonna shitpost, right? Even when Disaster came back to the series, he was still just shitposting a majority of the time. Like he still didn't have a whole end goal at that point. He was like, hey, what's up? I'm Disaster. What are we doing today, gang?
Yeah. Hey, right? I stole the Twitter. I got the Twitter password. It wasn't until
these last few episodes. Yeah, it wasn't until these last few episodes when they realized,
it was literally episode 4 when he came out. When we got him. I got that fucking perfectly. Hey, now the powers of Girl Gun Lady can't completely erase my memories.
But yeah, disasters.
So yeah, here's today's episode. What's the title? Goddamn.
A clash of values of existence, which is part of our weekly unnamed tokusatsu discussion podcast series, where I also, a person who is on about tokusatsu Kamen, not joined this week by my friend William, a person who isn't here, but we're joined by our special guest and friend Tariq this week to discuss the latest Kamen Rider season, Kamen Rider Saber, a series where we're just literally less than probably 5 episodes.
I've gotta say, Phase Zeta of my Grand Master Plan has really come a lot sooner than I thought it would, because, well, William is probably definitely looking for housing for his life so that he can be a successful turtle man. The other possibility is that my Grand Master Plan has continued, and he's in my basement under the floorboards. And I've completely taken over.
Is he living under those? Can he afford the monthly rent?
I don't think there's. Well, there's definitely not a basement underneath our basement that we live in. And there's definitely. I think the floorboards would just be a shallow grave and a bunch of dirt.
That still seems like too much for William.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be giving him housing, and that seems like if I had done that, then that would have, then he'd be here. But anyway. It's just amazing how quickly one can just have a, what was it, what's that movie, Face Off? The thing where, what's his face? Scientology man?
Nicolas Cage?
John Travolta and Nicolas Cage, they fucking, steal each other's identity or something shit? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want to take their face.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah. Oh, what a twist. Yeah. It's a movie that I know by concept and not by actual watching it, because I looked at that concept. I looked at the concept and I said, that's fucking stupid. And I hate John Travolta. He's a weird fucking man. But anyway, So, meanwhile, so aside from Ren and Dazat's totally not gay, existential crisis that they're having, back at the base. Oops, hey, where'd that book come from? Oh no, Storius has the fucking Solomon book. All the powers of books are truly.
Hey, it turns out if you're gonna destroy something, make sure it's actually destroyed, right?
I mean, they hit Fahrenheit 451 and they burned that book. They had every reason to think that it was burned. It just they did.
You gotta remember to go through the.
You gotta double tap. Sure. Listen, just like with zombies, you gotta double tap on books. Just because you think it's dead doesn't mean it's really dead. Just because you see the man burning in flames on the ground in a forest,
screaming in agony, and then he stops. Right? You gotta make sure. You gotta make sure he's not tricking you. Gotta make sure he's pulling. Gotta make sure he's not pulling a fast one, you know?
It's just a prank, bro. Just because. Just because you think you see a dead body in a Japanese forest, hey, who knows? Who knows? You might, maybe it'll work out for you. Maybe you'll wind up fighting Floyd Mayweather. Maybe everything.
Wearing a Charizard necklace.
Did he really?
Card.
God, that was a fucking nightmare.
The worst part is he diamond encrusted the card case it was in, and the
wait,
shade,
he diamond encrusted. Hold on. Explain this necklace to me. He had a diamond encrusted.
So it was a PSA 10 shadowless base set Charizard. Right? One of the most expensive Pokemon collectible cards.
So he took the case,
the graded case.
He took the graded case of the Charizard.
The case that was graded in.
Got it diamond encrusted. And wore it as a necklace.
He got some hot glue. He stuck
up the value. He got some bejeweled systems. And he fucking turned into a necklace.
He bejeweled
that remember case. How Kaiba had a necklace of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, but it held a picture of his little brother? Yeah, that's not what Logan Paul did. Logan Paul has an actual little brother, and instead of having a fucking pulling a Seto Kaiba, he was like, no, this is an actual card.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show. Boy. Here's the question. Do I show up to Yu-Gi-Oh! Tomorrow with a poorly diamond-encrusted version of that? Sloppy, real sloppy. Hot glue gun drip, not clean. And I do that around my fucking Ulti Stratos?
Oh, boy. And it depends. How quickly can you go? Is the Hobby Lobby still open?
I can go to Michael's on the way to. There is a Michael's. There's a Plaza Art Gallery store in the same shopping mall where the hobby store is, which is like 2 blocks down from which is across from the Target, which is near Dream Wizards. It's all within the same triangle. I could do a whole loop.
Oh, really?
And if I could make it to the liquor store last week within 5 minutes, I could make it to Dream Wizards from the fucking hobby store within 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing: you got the glue set, right? You don't just want to
listen,
glue
but it's
it
gotta
and
be.
then walk out.
I want it to be sloppy. I want to show up and have my Austin, the other Austin, be horrified at what I'm wearing. I want him to look at that and go, "What the fuck did you do with what I gave you?" And me go, "What are you talking about? It's a gift. I can do whatever I want with it. I don't care if this is like $80."
Oh wait, I don't.
Has it gone up now?
Element.
I mean, oh boy, what's Stratos going for? Hey, the fun thing is, Hold on, wait. Let me pull it up. But also, the fun thing about William not being here is we can talk about Yu-Gi-Oh all we want, and we can actually get what we're talking about.
Wow, that is triple digit.
Okay, hold on. Okay, they do show. That's not that bad. That's $174. I can.
I don't know, but that's politely played. I assume yours, if Austin was a real friend, he would have gotten
but Near Mint Unlimited is still. It's like literally the next one after that is Near Mint Unlimited. There's one for 180.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what?
Look, it's yeah.
Oh, what? That's an $8 card for that set? Jesus. Oh, what? Oh man, these cards from OTS.
Oh boy, man. Oh boy. Boy. See, I don't want to play this fucking arms race with him on buying expensive gifts of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because I would do that with Dark Arm Dragon, but that's talk about triple digits. That's a.
Oh yeah, that's real expensive. Austin has my whole Drytron core right now with Hero of the Diviner and everything.
Yeah. Oh wait, so he got Diviner of the Herald from you?
No, he's borrowing my entire Drytron core. He was like, Austin, I need a Drytron core. I was like, Austin, I have a Drytron core. He was like, dude, does it have Heralds? Does it have Diviner? I was like, yes. He was like, Austin, I need it. I was like, I got you, Austin.
He got you with the League of Austin trust of, hey, Austin's fight together, Austin's die together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So back to the episode. May remembers that
people decide to listen to May.
People
decide to listen to May when she says, I did. When it's like, yeah, but I did see her, and they were like, and then they kept talking for a second. They're like, wait, oh shit, May said something. Sorry, we know that we continuously disrespect you and ignore your words, but hey.
Yeah. And it's not like you're here for comic relief when the series.
We totally respect you and your choices and your rights as a human being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But apparently the solution to save it to fixing the tear between the Wonder World and all of its floating whales in the sky and fucking the real world is to get the book back. Sure would suck if that book got fused into a bunch of other books and was impossible to take out now.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyways, they gotta go stop Storius and everything. Once again, they're still on their way to try to stop Storius. Right?
Back to stopping Storius, again, for the 3rd time. 4th time?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. They keep trying to stop...
Yeah, and also they should have killed him. They should have killed him off to begin with when they realized, hey, should we... It's like how there's a virus, right?
And if you just stopped it, the first time and everybody had just been, cool and, listened to people and, taken it seriously the first time, we wouldn't be in this mess, but instead we kept putting it off, and now we have a raging, burning problem that is far stronger than it was before, and we might be,
and it reached to the point where it has now started mutating.
Hold on, where it started mutating, it's starting to get to a variant, where it's starting to get to a variant that's stronger and harder to beat when we finally got a solution to it, and it might be strong enough to fight back against it, and imitate, boy, Kamen Rider Coronavirus Delta is really fucking showing up to be a strong villain. I mean, Kamen Rider Storius. I mean, oops, spoiler. William's not here, so I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah. Hey, look, don't worry. Hey, look. The final battleground for Kamen Rider Corona Delta, right, is at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Stadium. Right?
No spectators allowed, so it'll be fine. That'll save it. That'll fix everything. That's clearly the solution.
No, hold on. No, there actually are spectators. Apparently, from what I read, they're forcing like Japanese high schoolers to go to these things for like credits or some shit.
So is it only no foreign spectators? Okay.
Yep. But if you're a Japanese high school student,
definitely
you're welcome to go.
Before, no, I definitely heard them say before that they were saying, okay, yeah, no spectators. But now it's just, oh, okay, listen, get out of here, Gaijin. Yeah, right? you and your marijuana smokers, get out of here.
We already have a low young population. Let's expose more of the young population to it.
I mean, they're gambling on, the young people, they'll probably live. Boy, Japanese Prime Minister Greg Abbott really does know what he's doing.
I'm trying to find that post. I was reading a post earlier. I was reading a article earlier about how they're forcing high school students or some shit to go to the events and be spectators, which is just insane. Yeah. Oh, English teacher. Nope. English teacher. That's not a good article. I don't want to read that out loud.
You started looking into Japanese English teachers doing bad things.
Filming and school. Yep. Okay. Anyway, I'll find this article later. But anyway, yeah. So Storius and Ren and Storius goes to the abandoned warehouse to have their final fight, because this is the most appropriate place to have like your final moment of, right, like this dusty old warehouse in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Like this seems like the best place to have like your climactic finish.
Yeah.
You know, like this is the place.
Time to go fight in this dirty fucking abandoned warehouse. Mm-hmm. I will say, in like going back to our thing of like set pieces, which I'm kind of skipping ahead because I really want to address the Rintaro approaching a small girl who's scared of stranger danger.
Boy, that was
that good. The number of points where it's like, oh, hey, it's that location again. Because there's also that point later on where they go, because apparently Stories is hiding inside of a brick wall and or a brick tower and a fountain. Like, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that place. We've been there too. And it's like, boy, we really do love using that shit over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Also, once again, it goes back to the point where Rentaro is back using homos. Like, even though he's been using it for the last few episodes, I'm really annoyed by that because I thought they wrote that out of it by the first arc, and now they're bringing it back.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was the most explanation he's ever given to like his whole stupid like Homo sapiens fucking shit. But like, it's so weird and creepy. But yeah, so it's just like cringy. But yeah, so anyway, while Ren and Disaster decide to have a death battle to the end, Luna's just a child abandoned on a bench, sitting around all by herself, and she immediately sees Rintaro and runs away. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this child, she's finally getting the fucking the survival skills she needs to live in this god-awful world.
Hey, after spending the last 15 years stuck in an empty void, not aging, alright? She's not learning, alright? And look, it turns out when you're in an empty, age, dark, piece of dimensional space, there's not much to do, it turns out. It turns out you can't really do much in an empty void, right? Your ability to do stuff is very limited. Yeah, so Rintaro approaches a small child in a park.
Perfectly.
Right. But don't worry.
Perfectly legal.
Yeah, but don't worry. He lures Luna in, so it's fine. Meanwhile, May is confronted by the Wonder Twins, our favorite characters.
And we see the uncomfortable. I mean, boy. Do you think Reika's like actually like incesting on her brother? Like, do you think she's like fiending for like that Onichan penis?
I mean, it's clear as that these characters. I mean, like the Wonder Twins were definitely raised in a cult.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, but like that seems like some cult shit. I mean, it's like, hey, you got to keep the bloodline pure. You gotta.
Right? Oh, we never had two Chows before in the past. Yeah. Right? Now you guys can carry on the Ryuga, the Ryuga family
Bloodline,
model.
yeah. Hey, with all of their deformities.
Yeah.
It's just bad. But yeah, so there's the point where she finally goes like, hey, or they're like, hey, or no, Ryuga's like, hey, look, okay, thank you, okay? And Reika's like just standing there like being weirdly sheepish. And then the minute that like, there's the other thing is, do you think Ryuga beats her? Because it's like weird. Like,
yeah,
the whole thing is like their whole dynamic is very weird. Like she's very submissive to him, and then it's like
right, especially after we showcased her character earlier within the series, right? Right, and then all of a sudden we're doing this whole backtrack on her character, right? Because we saw her earlier, she was like this whole cunning character who was gaslighting everyone, right? And now she doesn't know how to gaslight anymore. Right? It's just so fucking weird. It's really bad, right?
Yeah.
Right? With the way that these characters are written. Like, we had, like, Reiko earlier was, like, an actual character, right? It's like, oh boy, she's straight up gaslighting people and using them for her purpose, and now she's like, oh, she's barely a character.
Whatever Onichan needs. And if anyone comes near Onichan, I'll kill a bitch. Like, she literally pulls her fucking sword out. Like, on May, and it's like, that seems highly unnecessary, my dude, like...
Yeah.
But anyway, the twins decide, hey, we're the two, aside from Rintaro, who we are clearly using proper, like, resources to send our second most powerful rider to go on child-catching duty. Instead of to catch a predator, it's to catch a prey. But, meanwhile... rather than sending, like, any of the other fucking Kamen Riders to go do that shit, even though I guess they do kind of send the other Kamen Riders to go look for Storius, point is, the Wonder Twins are like, well, we're the other two strongest, like, Kamen Riders, so it's like, alright, we'll go help Toma. Which, to be fair, is a good call, because they can fucking control time and be intangible. Which, again, are super fucking broken abilities.
Yeah, the power of King Crimson is pretty good.
I mean, it's these King Crim's fucking Durandal's abilities, like we said before, that would be a fucking end villain ability. Like, that is literally the power of
we had that.
Yeah, I know, as the one for X-Aid.
Which is
I'm just saying, like, the fact that he's not the final villain is crazy to me. Like, that's the power that just one of the Kamen Riders have.
Yeah, they just casually have, like, right? Because, like you had a guy that controls fire, like, oh boy. But then you just have a guy that straight up controls fucking space every time, right?
Yeah.
Right, like the power scale within the Saber Riders is insane, right? You got people that controls water, earth, blah blah, and
then you have dimension. You have a dimension-rending sword that can give you visions of the future, and one that can like let you be the smoke monster from Lost,
reincarnate,
and one that can let you continuously reincarnate and come back to life, and another one that just fucking lets you fucking control time and walk around and stab someone in the back.
Right. Like the power scale would like if we were to tier like there would be definitely a tier 1 system of Kamen Rider, and then there's be a tier 2 riders, but no, all these guys are like the same plane. We have to assume that all these characters are at equal footing, and you're just like,
no, some of you got the shit. Some of you kind of like got a shit dealing in this. It's like, I'm the swordsman with the big sword that makes rocks. I'm the swordsman that has a gun and a sword and sound. Yeah, I control fucking time.
Right. Yeah, but so Toma goes to the park or wherever the step is. He's like, where's Storius? I can't find a Storius. Oh, but she somehow can see where Storius is.
The power of Cross Saber can do all.
Yeah. And so they find Storius, and they find Storius. He goes, and then so there's two real plots going on. There's Toma and the Wonder Twins dealing with Storius, and then the real plot of Ren and Disaster having their fight, right? Their character motivation, the thing that they've been building up.
Yeah.
All throughout the last 10 episodes or 5 episodes of their dynamic character relationship. So no, this fight is actually pretty good, right?
Yeah,
This fight is pretty good, right?
It's one of the... Wait, whose fight? Between the three of them and Storius?
Oh, no. Ren and Disaster.
It was good for like 5 seconds in my opinion, because it very quickly turns into Ren very like pitifully like getting knocked around, and like he just like falls on the ground and like gets kicked into a puddle. Like Ren keeps, for saying that he's going to like beat up Storius, Disaster, like he just gets his fucking ass whooped, and Disaster doesn't even like transform, which I think is funny, because it means...
Yeah, I honestly thought he was actually going to transfer to Falchion.
Because he didn't transform into Falchion when he fought against Toma, which I thought was stupid, but then he's not doing that now, which I think is still stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, it would have made sense. Or hey, where's Falchion Disaster combo or whatever?
Where's the Disaster upgrade where it's, would it be a Falchion? Boy, if Disaster as Falchion got an upgrade before Kento, that'd be really fucked up.
Or they could have just repainted the Falchion suit as pure black and just kept the orange highlight. That would have been cool. Yeah, that's a good. Hey, that sounds like a pretty good suit recolor. Cover has really known. Cover has been really known recently for recoloring, but that actually sounds like a good recolor. Now that I think about black and orange, black with orange highlights. That seems actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. Should probably send that to Toei. Write this down.
Hey.
I'm gonna tweet this to John Toei along with my rant of why you took down our fan subs.
Yeah. Anyway, so Ren is all wet in a puddle with open wounds in a puddle in a warehouse. Mm-hmm. That's a puddle. Yeah. That's super. Yeah. Definitely not sterile. While Disaster continues to kick him while he's down.
Yeah, and he's not even putting the effort to...
Then he runs away. Like, he literally runs away. Like, this is... Like, okay, so... Here's my problem, right? Like, from the beginning, Ren always felt like this annoying, frustrating character. But this is, like... I don't even know if this is, like... untrue to his character, or if it's just... It's like the ultimate version of everything that people have ever complained about with Ren, because he just like gets his ass kicked and then he's just like running around like a bitch. Like, it seemed like he was finally developing as a character, and then he just runs away, like, and then he all of a sudden after Disaster is about to like slash at him, like it finally clicks in his head, oh, I want to live, and I'm gonna fight back. And it's like, Ren's character is still all over the place. Like, it seemed like this was going to be the point where they got a concrete, like, character moment of him, like, realizing himself.
Right, they're finally gonna wrap up his story
and now
arc of him being homeless.
But he's still, and even by the end of this fight, he's not really, like, sure of himself, because, okay, cool, he gets his shit together, he fights Storius, and I keep saying Storius, Disaster. And then, like, he... gets more certain of himself and asserts himself, and he fucking kills Disaster. And also, I guess, gets the fucking Falchion sword, which I think is way more, like, consequential for this fight, honestly, because, once again, we have another writer who... The amount of times that writers just get other people's swords in this is just fucking wild to me. They've just been passing each other's swords around, like, left and right. But now, hey... Ren is now an official user of the 3-sword style. Boronor Ren over here, doing shit real good. But the question is... Oh, and then they have the incredibly... Oh, God. Oh, man. There's so many meme moments here to go for. There's the fact that... fucking... Ren becomes like Zoro by the end of it, and then there's the fact that Ren and fucking Disaster have this moment of, I wish I never met you, and it's like, what? What were you doing? I'm sorry, you wish what happened?
Yeah.
What were you guys doing when you weren't eating fucking ramen? Like, this is full. I mean, it's Brokeback Mountain. It's Brokeback Mountain. And all of a sudden, it's pretty great.
Yeah. Right. Hey, but Ren has 3 swords. Hey, he has the Zaz books now. Maybe we just take the Daishinji for him to fix it, because I don't know, he repairs swords. Maybe he can repair the bugs. The Zaz can come back or something.
Also,
but it just occurred to me now that we have now that Ren has Fauci and sword, the opening still makes no sense.
Oh,
right?
yeah, because we don't have Falchion in the opening, but we have Caliber, and it's in both cases it's a situation of like, well, there's no designated person to take that role now. Mm-hmm. It'd be super fucking funny if May okay, so my theory before was like May gets her own sword and becomes like fucking Kamen Rider Bubble or some shit, or she gets Kento's sword.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like that's gonna happen either way. But if what happens is that in the last like 2 episodes she gets one of the 2 most powerful fucking swords in this entire show, I'll lose my shit. That'll be fucking amazing.
Yeah. Can't you just give her the sword of the sword that cuts dimension, the sword that
right, you know, the sword that cuts dimensions and shows you nightmares of the future, which truly only a mind as strong as Mei Pseudos could handle. Or the one that gives you eternal life and allows you to keep reincarnating no matter how many times you're killed.
Yeah, right. That'll be pretty funny if that happens. Yeah, but hey, so we finished Ren's character, I guess, arc that they've been building throughout the season.
I mean, I guess. Here's the thing, though. It doesn't really fucking accomplish anything. Like, they have their whole moment of, like, I wish I never met you and all this stuff, and, like, Ren gets the Falchion sword, blah, blah, blah. Okay, he goes through some emotional shit, but, like, has he learned anything from this experience? Because he kept getting...
Yeah, right?
He keeps having these moments where he should have been humbled, and he keeps not learning shit. Like... It's really bad.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, because his character thought is just him going to a fight without thinking.
It's running at people stronger than him. He is the kid, like, at recess that is, like, keeps running up to, like, 6th graders when he's, like, in the 1st grade. And he just keeps getting his ass fucking handed to him, and he doesn't understand why, and the teachers have to, like, go, you can't keep hitting this kid, and it's like, well, he keeps hitting me, and I gotta, like, push him off me. Like, he keeps fucking, like... I didn't do anything. He just kept running at me. Stupid-ass kid.
Right. So, then, meanwhile, Kento... Oh, by the way, so, there's an insert song when Red fights
there's a whole insert song, because this is a really...
Do you know who sang the insert song?
Was it Yuno Ohara?
No, it was May. It was May.
Oh, okay. Well, because everybody's secretly a fucking...
Oh, no, in Japan, you can't be an actor if you're not also a singer. Because your agency forces you to take singing lessons. So that way they can get the most out of one person. Yeah, so
it's like SNL.
May's actress... Yeah, May's actress was the one that... So I found that out. I didn't realize that she was singing the song until I looked at it. I was like, that was a pretty good song. Who sang this song? Then I looked at May's voice. I was like... I feel like this is like the most inappropriate place to have her sing the
for her to have like
song,
a date. Maybe if it was like a moment where, I don't know, May got a chance to fucking transform, maybe that would do it. But nope.
Yeah, right? Because May has literally no characters with Ren or Disaster. I don't think either of them has ever spoken more than any words to each other.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? It would have made more sense when Ritaro and Toba had their stupid Hiroshima and Madara fight on the rooftop. Maybe put the insert song there. That would have made sense at that point. But like when I was listening to this, I was like, "This is a good insert song and all." But I feel like this is probably the most inappropriate place to put this song.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so then we cut to Toma and the Wonder Twins, and it's the second Sophia sex doll.
Finally. Payoff. And you know what the great payoff was? Die. Oh, but also we get to see the Wall of Souls, just like that one scene in the Yu-Gi-Oh! The 4th season, the one that nobody needed to have.
Yep.
Hey, look at all these souls I've captured. Just in case you forgot, I've been killing people on the side while you guys have been fighting.
Yeah, God, there was a lot of casualties.
Yeah, people have just been dying on the side.
Do you think these are the people that they kill? Do you think these are the people that the Megiddo kills, or all the
that
people
got
that
turned into
weren't
Megiddo?
vaccinated?
I don't know. I can't tell anymore because things have been so that whole plot of like here's the thing, right? So remember in Bleach how it very quickly turned from oh, we've got to hunt these monsters to we're having infighting against ourselves, and now we've got now we've got to go to another world and have a war. There are still probably just regular ass hollows going around murdering people, and there's still definitely a thing happening. And it's not really addressed as well. It's funny because it is something that gets kind of addressed in the filler arcs, where it's Don Kanonji and fucking Cone and his sisters and shit are randomly going around beating up fucking hollows. But otherwise, it's completely unaddressed as to what's happening, who's protecting the town while everybody else is fighting a goddamn war.
All right, I did some quick math, Tariq. So in each block there are 36 books.
Oh, okay. Nice math. Right? Nice math. Okay.
Okay. So 36 books in a square, right? So 3 at the bottom. As far as I can count up, 10. So
3,006 or 360 souls.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes, and then remember, I assume they're in a square. Yeah. So then you got times that by 4.
Yeah. So
right?
12, 13. No, 14. No, wait. Yeah, 1,440 souls?
14?
At minimum?
14?
He's got...
14,400 souls. At minimum. That just been casually killed Japan.
Yeah.
Right? And apparently no one has noticed.
Go fuck yourselves.
Right? That's an actual... That's not even a serial killer level. That's actual genocide
it's almost pandemic level. Oh, wait, unless it was... way more than that.
Oh yeah. So so Storius comes out you guys figured out my plan, even though we're still not cut clear on his plan.
I'm sorry. Your time isn't. I can't have you ruining my plan yet. What's your plan? I'm not telling you yet. It's you don't know what your plan is yet, do you? Shut up. Anyway, go Charybdis, eat. I don't really get the point of Charybdis at this point because it's clearly. Disaster was a failed creation for fucking Storius, but now he's the fucking he's I'll do it better the second time.
Right? Did he just got tired of filming 3-on-1 sword fights? I was we need to break off the group so they have something else to fight, so it doesn't look like gang tactics.
I guess
because even though we clearly established within the series earlier, gang tactics work.
It's very weird.
Yeah, so yeah, so then Charybdis eats the second Sophia. Good job. Wow, I'm so glad that was the payoff.
Yeah, the whole reason we made this other Sophia, and we've been building it up, and we've been doing his big master plan was just to feed everything to Charybdis. And then his big master plan was to feed himself to Charybdis. Oh, super smart. I get it. What? Why?
Yeah.
Why is this your plan? How is this your plan? What the fuck is your plan?
Right? It's just how crazy how these stories plot. These villains. It's almost as if the show has had too many villains, and we keep switching the villains plot around. And what
it's almost as if there's a lot going on and not enough people knowing where their plan is to end it.
Right, because every other villain, quote unquote villain character, was clear, right? Dabi Joe, hey, stop the apocalypse or whatever. Isaac Mathalogos become God, right? It's right, like you keep increasing the risk, right? It's that's classic storytelling, right? You fight a villain, and the next villain you fight has to be bigger threat than the previous villain, or he's not that intimidating, right?
It's what's called the Superman problem. Every villain has to destroy the world, otherwise it's not a fault. Or it's called fucking goddamn Boruto.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what stories this plan is at this point in this series. Right? It makes no sense. It makes no sense to what he's doing. He's like, he apparently wants to write like the perfect story.
Yeah, and clearly he needs another person to be the villain in order to do that, and that's why he's making Charybdis, I guess.
All right. Apparently, stories doesn't know the concept of ghostwriters.
Oh,
right?
no, the ghostwriter. No. Just because this is written by the author, by the director of Kamen Rider Ghost, does not mean that he needs a ghostwriter. Stories need. What this show needs is less ghostwriter. No ghostwriter, in fact, would be better. If we could just not have the writer of Ghost in this at all, that would be really, truly great.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But instead, we have Ghostwriter.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So they get teleported or some shit to like
the power of I totally can control space and move things. I've never had that power before, but now I do.
Yeah. And I can summon fish to attack you.
Charybdis, that makes sense because he's like supposed to be like I think because he's got all the powers of all of the other ones. So he has the piranha power and disaster power, and like that's the whole thing going on there.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so he summons fish.
He summons fish, and he acts like disaster, and he acts like all the other people that he's gotten a little nibble off of.
Yeah, and it turns out, hey, you don't summon fish to the person whose book is Ocean. He controls the power of Ocean, it turns out. Well, it turns out, if I were to send out a fire Pokemon out against an enemy that... against my opponent's Pokemon that has flesh fire, I'm in for a world of pain.
Yeah, turns out that fire is strong against fire, or it isn't weak against fire. What a surprise!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right.
Fish swim in the water. Not everybody knows that. If only he had some kind of like ocean encyclopedia to figure that out.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and then Rika Shindai doesn't always her best plans of using the smoke to attack, but even though she always attacks from the same position, doesn't work out again. Truly, the most valued character. Mm-hmm. Right. It turns out that your plans of always attacking from behind, people will.
Yeah, they might go. I think they're going to attack me from behind.
Right. Yeah, then they get teleported to lava, to volcanoes or whatever. I don't fucking know. Charybdis summons some fucking bone dogs or some shit. Oh no, not Charybdis. Toma summons.
Yeah, he uses the power of Rintaro's furry book. Here's the furry fanfiction ride book, and summons all the wolves from Rintaro's stories.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't die.
I'm always dying.
That's the secret, Cap.
Okay. Yeah. So they fight Charybdis and everything. So once again, Charybdis character does not need to exist at this point in the story.
It really doesn't. It's really like, but we do get the great moment of Toma using the fucking the Durandal book. And just, like, also using the goddamn King Crimson powers, it's like, oh, so you can just do that, huh? And it's like, yeah, I guess he can.
It's not the writer that has the ability. It's
the sword.
Right? His writer has... Yeah.
But I just think it's...
It's the sword that has the power of King Crimson.
I just think it's...
Not the actual
I just think
writer.
It's funny that, like, Storius has, like... not Storius, Jesus. That... all of these fucking overpowered writers are now just residing in one book's like abilities.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Someone just casually casts casual access, and then they rest. This is a good moment to have a comedical moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect timing.
Rika Shindai.
Everybody's favorite character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Storius shows up. I usually realize, my thing is getting beat. my Pokemon's getting beat.
Maybe I should use fucking.
Yes, Tariq. Yes.
Yes,
exactly,
everything
exactly.
is perfect. Everything, nothing has ever gone wrong ever before. It's all good.
Yes. No. Look, we are professionals, all right? We've been doing this. Look, me and William is doing this for almost a year now, so we understand the metrics and the behind the scenes and the technical part. So I assume you were listening to what I was saying earlier, right? With how we cut back to Luna, right? Being by herself, even though we clearly established beforehand, Ritual was with her. So I don't know what happened in between shots where Retro went.
Yeah.
Which is just super funny.
After we watch the rebirth and pooping out of Storius.
And look, it just be like those expensive coffee beans.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like you feed
South
it to a monkey,
America,
it gets pooped out.
right?
It's more refined now.
Yeah, and it's more expensive, and you could charge it.
Yep.
You could charge it for more.
That's how you make the
money. Yeah. So I assume we're at the part where we're still talking about how Storius gets.
Oh boy, I wonder where that book's gonna go. What you doing with that book? Where are you going with that book?
Right? Like, we're Storius, you better be careful. We're like less than 5 episodes left in the series for you to be
we're going into an
book,
entirely different direction next episode. Boy, I can't believe the fucking way that they end this before we get the goddamn preview for next episode, which is not a real episode. It's not a real episode. It's just fundamentally not a real episode.
Yeah. Which is really weird and doesn't make sense, right? But hey, but don't worry. So we got a post-credit scene where Ren, there was a running side G F plot line of Ren.
Because he was like, hey, remember to eat your pickled ginger. It was in the last episode with the disaster. Was like, hey, use the pickled ginger, and he's like, no, fuck that. And he's like, apologize to the pickled ginger.
It's good. Yeah, it's good for you.
It's like how I told my uncle yesterday that there's only some parts of the crab that are good and worthwhile. And then he said, you basically said, make America great again. That was verbatim his words. He said, that was the equivalent of, you just said the equivalent of make America great again. And then we started using crab meat as a parable for race relations in America. My family's weird.
Oh boy, that is... Oh, what part of the crab is coloring?
Listen, I would say that the legs of the crab are the flyover state. Not the claws, the legs are the flyover states of America where people where people live in MAGA country. MAGA. And he was like, no, crab legs are the best part. Listen, the claw and the body are where the meat is. The crab legs are a sad little sucky suck of barely meat. And if you're going to spend time cracking that open and sucking it out like a little baby, that's fine. That's fine, Uncle Kevin. But I'm not going to fucking do that. If you want my crab legs, you can have my crab legs. I'm not going to waste that time.
Yeah. Wow, that is a weird...
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, my family is very weird. This is also the same uncle that I had a conversation where he said, he just walked in one day when I was like 17 and I was at his house in Miami, and he went, hey, which one do you think's better for fighting with, a metal bat or a wooden bat? And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, which one do you think is better? And then I had a real conversation with him about, I guess, the metal bat. And he was like, and then... Yeah, but a wooden bat can have nails, but you can put nails in a wooden bat.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. That's like saying, but then you're just going to like different variants at that point, right? That's like saying, but you can do the exact. You can wrap barbed wire around a metal bat too. Yeah. Right? Or hold on, they got to ask, what type of metal bat? Is it like an actual metal bat? Or is it one of those hollow metal bat?
I mean, that's where it comes to, yeah. I mean, it was like, again, it turned into a conversation. I have, if you ever wonder why I'm weird, it's because it's born from the source.
Oh. So Ren is enjoying red ginger now or whatever, and he has 3 swords. I like how, here's the thing, that sword is actually a faraway distance.
Yeah, he doesn't need it. He's not gonna need it right? Real soon, and he can trust it. It's not like people have been stealing swords left and right in this fucking series as a major fucking plot point, like to accrue power.
Right, it's not like the sword, like swords not even on the same bench. It
gets its own bench. It's where he lets Disaster's ghost watch him. It's like how you put the picture of your dead wife to turn away so she can't see you fuck your new wife.
No. Right. And then
the wonderful moment that we're going to have next week. Boy, I sure am glad that William was on this most recent episode of the Zenkaiger podcast to explain to me all of these things about what the fuck is going on in Zenkaiger. Because, boy, do I not like what I see from this about whatever the fuck is going on with Zenkaiger.
And the fact that it doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean, I will say this for next week's episode and how it thematically and production-wise doesn't make sense with how they're handling this. Right, but hey, which is the worst part, right? Because hey, we're like in like the literal end game, right? It's like how
right, yeah.
Like they're at the fight before,
and then
Thanos,
all of a sudden,
right?
well, it's like what's the fight before Thanos, and then all of a sudden you have Ant-Man versus Wasp. It's actually that. This is what we're having. This is our Ant-Man versus Wasp.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's what I did. I forgot.
Yeah, Ant-Man 2 came up. Came out right after Infinity War, and everybody's like, "How the fuck does this take place in the continuity?" And then they answered it with, "that's how it works out. He got fucked." Hey, spoiler for a 3-year-old movie came out like late 2018. Fucking goddamn Ant-Man got himself stuck in a stupid ass trunk of a goddamn van. Oops. All of his friends that could pull him out died. Or got snapped.
I utterly forgot that the best part was how, when the entire event of Infinity War was going on, where every single superhero was fighting for the fate of the universe, Ant-Man was
he was doing his own thing. Nobody called Ant-Man. Nobody checked with Scott Lang. And that was their problem. Otherwise, he could have crawled up that asshole and expanded, just like Johnny Sins.
Yep. Right. Yeah, so that's this week's episode.
I mean, it's like everything in the show. It's like, I guess this was better relatively, but boy, it's really operating on like a curve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, don't worry. There's like 3, I don't know how many fucking more episodes. How many more fucking episodes? Like, because like I said, we're like after next week's episode, we're gonna enter a 1-week break where nothing happens because of, like we said, our favorite event is about to happen, the Tokyo
2020 Olympics, right? Brought to you by 2021. I actually should have switched that around because one of those people is dead now. Right. So, because it's Heath Ledger.
I just
anyway, perfect, good enough.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's too much work to go back and re-edit. But hey, that's this week's episode. Stay tuned. Hey, stay tuned for next week's special episode, I guess, or whatever the fuck. How we're gonna? I don't know how we're gonna handle next week's episode. Ironically, it's actually gonna be a mess, right? If you think about it. All right. Hey, coronavirus is still a thing. Wash your hands. Wear a mask.
Get that double tap.
Get your shots. Yeah, that's right. Hey, get the boost. Hey, when it becomes available, get that booster shot. All right. They're saying you might need to get a booster shot. You should probably get that booster shot because it turns out that biological germs can evolve. It turns out. All right, that's this week's episode. All right, Kate, thanks. Bye.